Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today is going to be a glorious video. The Astraeus Super-heavy Tank is up for pre-order right now on Forge World for a price tag of £220. It says here, pre-order product will ship from the 24th, the 11th, 2017. Now I'm not going to pre-order mine just yet, because I'm going to the Warhammer Open Day on the 25th of November, and I'm hoping to pick one up there. But if I don't pick one up there, then I'll just come back and I'll pre-order it, and hopefully I'll get it before the 10th of December for my big game at Warhammer World. But the best thing about this is that now we have the glorious rules, and this is what this video is going to be about. We're going to look at the rules, and we're going to discuss them, and I'm going to give my thoughts and feedback on them. So let's jump in, and let's get started. If you want to follow along while I'm reading the rules and look for them for yourself, the link to the PDF is in the video description. I say go and open that because you're probably not going to be seeing the text and stuff like I'm seeing when it's on the screen now. It is on the screen now, but go and open the description and you can see it there a lot better. Alright, so the base price for this model points-wise is 500 points, and that does not include weapons. It says it does not include weapons. Power, it is 36 power. So this model just alone just is very, very hefty. If we actually go to the weapons, these are points per weapon. So twin heavy bolter is 17, twin las cannon is 15, the las ripper is 30, the plasma eradicator is 25, the twin macro accelerator cannon is 120, the iron hail heavy stubber is 6, the storm bolter is 2, and the enhanced repulsor field is 0. You get that thrown in. Well, thank you. We get that thrown in. But looking at this now, if I was to, I don't know, put this on the field with my twin macro accelerator and the plasma eradicator and some like, twin las cannons, it's getting close to like 800 points worth of model just in this tank. So this thing is going to cost a fair few points. It's got to cost a big chunk of your army. I would probably say if you're going to be bringing this, then you're going to be bringing it to like games where it's like 2,500 or 3,000 points plus. I know I'm having a game which is 3,000 points at Warhammer World on December the 10th, and I'll be bringing this because I think it will earn its points in the game. Well, hopefully it will. Anyway, right, let's move on and let's look at these glorious stats. Now, this vehicle works, well, this Super Heavy works just like most of the Primaris, well, all the Primaris vehicles, is that the more damage you take, the less you can do and the more harder it is to hit, the less you can move, stuff like that, etc., etc. For what I mean by that, for example, the movement, if you've got 11 to 12 wounds, you can move 12 inches. If you've got 6 to 10, you can only move 9 inches. And if you've got between 1 to 5 wounds, then you can only move 5 inches. The weapon skill is 5+. The ballistic skill just works like the movement. If you've got 11 to 24, then you're hitting on a 3+. If you've got 6 to 10 wounds, then you're hitting on a 4+. If you've got 1 to 5 wounds, then you're hitting on a 5+. The strength is 9, toughness 8, and of course wounds 24. Glorious. This thing can take a beating. Attack, again, that works just like the movement and the ballistic skill. So if you've got 11 to 24 wounds, then the attack is 8, 6 to 10 is 6, and 1 to 5 is you roll a d3 dice. Leadership is 9, and the save is +2. A +2 save on this thing. This looks like a nasty piece of equipment. I am absolutely falling in love with this thing. I know a lot of people hate it, but for me, it seems glorious. Now, one more thing about the remaining wounds and stuff like that. If you've got 11 to 24 inches, your void shield's 5+. If 6 to 10, it is 6+. And 1 to 5, it is 7+. Right, let's quickly move on to the weapons and go through the arsenal of just absolutely purge power this thing has. So the description says an Astraeus Super-heavy Tank is a single model. It is equipped with twin heavy bolters, storm bolter, iron hail heavy stubber, 2 las rippers, enhanced repulsor field, and twin macro accelerator cannons. Absolutely glorious piece of weaponry this thing has. And we'll start off with the twin heavy bolter. The range is 36, type is heavy 6, strength 5, AP -1, damage 1. It has 0 abilities. Twin las cannons, range 48 inches, heavy 2, strength 9, AP -3, damage D6, of course. These are all just sort of normal stats. Iron Hail Heavy Stubber, 36 inches, heavy 3, strength 4, AP -1, damage 1. Now here we go. The Plasma Eradicators. When attacking with this weapon, choose one of the following profiles. So you can do this as a standard, or you can do it as a supercharge. If you are going to supercharge it, then I always say put someone like I think it's a lieutenant or a captain next to it, so you can re-roll those glorious ones, so you don't blow up or anything like that. Because if you do a supercharge shot, and for each hit roll of 1, the bearer suffers a mortal wound after all his weapon shots have been resolved. So please, if you are going to supercharge it, make sure you have something around that model or like tank like this which can re-roll those 1 hits. Right, so the standard Plasma Eradicator is a range of 36. It's heavy D3, strength 8, AP -4, damage 1. And the supercharge is 36 inches, heavy D3, strength 9, AP -4, but this one does damage 2. And the Las Ripper is 24 inches, it's a heavy 2, strength 8, AP -3, and damage 3. That seems a bit nasty. Stormbolt is 24 inches, rapid fire 2, of course, strength 4, AP is 0, damage 1. Now here we go, the bigger ones. The twin macro accelerator cannons, range 72 inches, heavy 12, strength 8, AP -2, damage 3. Holy Emperor of Mankind, I want to shoot some macro accelerator cannons. These things seem glorious. And it says here in the abilities, when targeting units with the fly keyword, this weapon ignores abilities which negatively modify its hit rolls. So there we go, that's a nice little ability with that. And to finish off, we have the enhanced repulsor field, which is melee. Well, sorry, the range is melee, the type is melee, the strength is the user, the AP is -2, and the damage is D3. Now let's look at the abilities of this super heavy tank. Oh, I want one of these so badly. I need it in my life right now. Okay, so just like its little brother, the repulsor tank, little mini-me, this has the power of the machine spirit, which means this model does not suffer the penalty to hit rolls for moving and firing heavy weapons. Hover tank, instead of measuring distances and ranges to and from the model's base, measure to and from this model's base or hull, whichever is closer. So if you don't know, these hover tanks like hang over their bases, so you're actually measuring it from, if for example, if your tank's pointing to the front and you're shooting from the front, then you're going to be measuring it from like the bit that's hanging over. But if you're measuring it from the side, sometimes where you position it, like the base is more closer, you can measure it from the base then, just like that. It has enhanced repulsor fields. Your opponent must subtract 3 from any charge rolls made for units that declare a charge against the Astraeus Super-heavy Tank, because of course the glorious repulsor fields just slaps them out the way. Steel Behemoth. This model may fall back in movement phase and still charge during the controlling player's turn. It may fire its weapons if enemy units are within 1 inch of it, except for the twin macro accelerator cannons, which still may fire, but must target units that are not within 1 inch. So you can still fire all your weapons except the macro accelerator cannons, but you can still fire that at like, I don't know, like a tank still in the distance and stuff like that. In addition, this model only gains a bonus to its save when in cover if at least half of the model is obscured from the attacker. That's just basic stuff. Explodes, this is just really the same. If the model is reduced to 0 wounds, roll a d6 before removing it from the battlefield. On a 6, it explodes. Each unit within 2d6 suffers d6 mortal wounds. And lastly, we have the Void Shields. An Astraeus Super-heavy Tank is protected by specialized Void Shield generators, near impenetrable barriers of force projected out at a distance from their hull in layers designed to deflect and absorb the impact of high energy attacks and missiles against them. In game terms, Void Shields are represented by a unique kind of saving throw, which the controlling player can opt to use instead of their normal save or invulnerable save against any form of attacks, except from weapons with melee type. Like invulnerable saves, Void Shields saves are unaffected by the AP of an attack, but unlike invulnerable saves, they may also be used to negate mortal wounds. In this case, however, roll 1 dice for each mortal wound that has been inflicted on the model with the mortal wound being ignored if the save roll is passed. Note that void shields may not be taken against mortal wounds inflicted by this model's plasma Eradicator. So, for example, if you supercharge your plasma on this vehicle and you roll a 1 and you blow yourself up, you can't say, okay, I'm going to use my void shields to save that. You can't do that because you've already slapped yourself in the face. So you can't use your void shields if you're supercharging and blowing yourself up. That is basically common sense, I would think. Faction keywords are Imperium, Adeptus Astartes, and chapter, whatever chapter you're playing at. Keywords: Vehicle, Titanic, Fly, Astraeus Super-heavy Tank. A lot of people forget that the hover tanks have the fly rule. I know I've been playing against some people and they're like, well, this doesn't fly. I was like, yes, it does fly because it's hovering. Look, it's here in the rules. It has the fly keyword. All in all, guys, this tank is beautiful. I've always said I've loved it from day one since I saw it on that video, which, well, sorry, on the picture that got leaked and then they put the video out the next day. Truly in love with this vehicle. It is simply amazing. I love the design. I love everything about it, though. The weapons, the twin macro accelerator cannons. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go away and see what I can do with my 3,000 point list that we're planning to do on the 10th of December. I'm trying to focus my army around this tank. I want this tank to be the main force in my army, so I'm going to try and build the support now around this tank. So like bring in lieutenants, captains, and maybe an ancient and stuff like that, in case, you know, something goes wrong. I'm just going to go away now and focus how can I build an army around this glorious, glorious tank. Maybe even bring Gilliman. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I'll be looking into all that kind of stuff to see if it's going to be worth bringing all these like different units. All in all, I love it. I absolutely love it. I would love to know what you chaps feel about it. If this is your cup of tea. I know a lot of people don't like it. I know a lot of people don't like Primaris stuff. We had that video a couple of days ago where people gave me their opinions on why they hate Primaris, and the comment section is quite a battlefield. So prepare yourself if you're going to go over there. But yeah, absolutely in love with this. Hopefully I can pick it up on the 25th of November. I hope I've given you some information about this model. I hope I've inspired you to go out and buy one if you can afford it. £220. It is not cheap. It is forgeable. Don't forget, it's all resin. They are saying that it's one of their best kits they've ever created, so I'm going to be looking forward to assembling it and see if it is the real deal. Anyway, that is me done. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you've all enjoyed yourself. I shall see you all very, very soon, brothers. See you now, and bye-bye.